Let's see. Hey now, welcome back. Who knew? It's been a month and a half. Can everybody hear me? Can everyone see me? Is it loading? I can't see it on my fucking thing. You know, this setup is so grand, right? I really wish there was a way to... Oh, that's why. Adverts are loading. Can everybody see? Can everybody hear? It's Valentine's Day. Spread love and spread cheer. What up? Are we live? Yo! Alright, we're here. We're live. Alright. It takes a second to load because of the adverts. Fucking things. Welcome everyone. It's gonna get a bit it's gonna get a little bit steamy, a little bit sexy, and to be honest, probably a little bit weird. Because we're talking about the sexiest scenes in Doctor Who, because it's Valentine's Day. Can y'all believe it? So nice to see you all on the chat. I'm just going to bring up said chat here so I can read along while we do it. Whilst talking about a bit of updates. Alright, I guess I'll do the updates first. Before that though, I'm going to open up a crisp beer. Because nothing says being single on Valentine's Day more than drinking alone on a YouTube live stream. So, here you go. I'm only having the one because I'm going to pick up Dan afterwards. I'm allowed one and I can drive with one, okay? Before anyone ats me. No drink driving ever, okay? Cheers to Happy Valentine's Day 2024. That's what year we're in, right? Nothing like some suds after work. Alright. Where have I been and where the live stream's been? Well, last time I saw you beautiful people, it was Christmas. I was wearing a Christmas sweater and I was sweating my ass off. Where have I been? Good question. I did say last year, I don't know if anyone remembers, I did say last year that I wouldn't bring back the live streams until I had like a proper setup. And that was true. But then I started to miss them and I started to feel like maybe I should just start doing them still, even though the setup isn't there. And by that, I mean a good camera that's not my phone and a microphone, like an actual, like this, that I can use to speak into and it will not sound like dog shit. Because I do want to do another show each week. But good news. I'm going to be doing live streams every week from here on out, okay? You heard it here first. This will be the second show. Eventually, it will become its own thing and it will actually have like a name and it will become an actual series. It'll be an actual set, not just me in my room talking to my blinds. But I think I'm going to be moving rooms I don't want to, but I think I'm going to have to because of my nephew's getting a little bit too old. And he currently lives upstairs with my sister. And there's just too many like stairs and balconies and shit. So I think I'm going to be moving upstairs. So the plan was to, at the beginning of this year, sort out my room to have like a good setup for YouTube live streams. But then obviously I'm going to end up moving probably upstairs. So it's like, what's the point of setting it up just to disassemble it again and reassemble it upstairs? Also, I have very bad anxiety and live streams scare me, and I was like, I don't know if I can keep doing them at the moment. Y'all are all people, you know, shit goes on in personal lives, and it got a bit too much for me, man. And just doing the live streams, it kind of scared me. Not that anyone's been mean or horrible, but on the streams at least, in the outside world where we live in a wasteland, of course people are horrible and mean. Why wouldn't they be? It's a wasteland. That's where we live. I'm convinced with that. I'm gonna plug my phone in because if we don't do that, then it's probably gonna end up great. Technology doesn't. Why does it never work? I have to move this. See, have you missed this? The unpreparedness of these. Oh, that's my phone. See? Have you missed the unpreparedness of these live streams? I sure as hell haven't. Alright. I think that's charging. But yeah, I guess that's kind of an explanation of where I've been. I mean, I've still been doing like YouTube and stuff, but with like the podcast uploads and all that. But when it comes to the live streams, yeah, I haven't done one since Christmas. And I did want to do one on Christmas Day, believe me. But I just... Life, man. It just happens. I'm sorry. I have a full-time job and I'm just a little bit busy. Nice to see the live streams back. Thank you, Doug. I really missed you guys. I really did. We had so much fun, and I see so much potential for the future for the streams. And I do want to put more effort into doing it, and I will put more effort into doing it. And this wasn't even planned today. Oh, there goes George. So is this the madhouse that you missed? The family's all good still. You can hear them. It's all right, George. It's the madhouse that you've come to know and love. But yeah, this wasn't planned to do the live stream. I was just at work and I was just like, it's Valentine's Day. I kind of want to bring it back. I've missed it. So I was like, screw it. Why not? And here we are now. I guess last little bit of update. I have been working on this video that I've been making. I think I filmed it on the 5th of January or something. It was a long time ago, and I've been editing it for since then. And it's a video. No, I won't say what it is. It's a video, okay, and it's coming out, okay. I promise. It's had a few reshoots and a few re-edits. I'm not sure if I should say why. Maybe I went a bit goblin when I was recording it, but it's definitely coming out. I'm aiming for this Sunday. I know I've been saying it's coming out this week for the last couple of weeks, but I do think it's coming out on Sunday. It better be good, says Jimmy. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I feel like it's probably not going to live up to expectations, you know? Don't you think I'm not thinking that, Jimmy? Jeez. Wednesday night live with Conor. Yeah, thank you for joining me. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you probably have like wives and girlfriends and stuff. I do appreciate you putting me on in the background. If I am in the background of your Valentine's Day dinner, let me just say, congratulations. You guys are very lucky people. And your partner has great taste in content. I think only me and Jimmy in the chat right now are single. Glad you like Ark in Space. Hell yeah! Ark in Space slapped. I'm really enjoying going through that season, which I don't fucking remember. What's it called? Ark in Space is from Ark in Space. What season is that from? Season 12. Yeah, so we're doing season 12 in a row. So reshoots. What is it in American school? Ahaha, Jimmy who lives in America, by the way. Yeah, I did enjoy Ark in Space. Naughty 9 review. Let's go. Yeah, that didn't happen, did it? I'm sorry. I hate promising content and not delivering. But man, life ain't the only thing that's hard. Do you guys like those 50% Valentine's Day cards I made? I made those on Saturday when I was watching the cricket, which has taken over my life recently. I've been watching the England versus Australia, England versus India test in India, and it's just taken over my life. I had to get it's called KO in Australia. I don't know if it's in other countries. $30 for a month. Why is sport such a expensive hobby to like watch? It's just $30 for a month. That's ridiculous. But anyway, it's the only way I could watch it in England. In Australia. Fuck, I can't talk today. Yeah, that's been taken over my life. The third test starts tomorrow, so I'm keen for that. No euthanasia then. No, I'm still here. Sorry everyone. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still kicking. It wasn't as bad as I thought. I can't remember, but I think Ark in Space may have been written with Pertwee in mind, but I could be wrong. Be misremembering. I swear, and no one can answer me this, I could just be on a different planet, but I swear I heard Russell say that Ark in Space was an inspiration for Wild Blue Yonder. I could be wrong, but no one seems to remember him saying that, so I could have just made it up. My friend lost his job in internet, so I have him What? My friend lost his job at Internet, so I have him Docky Who Season 1, the 10. He just got past Get on the Fireplace. Right. My friend lost his job in Internet, so I gave him Doctor Who Season... Okay, so you gave him it to watch? Well, that's good. I'm not sure if that will help him be less depressed, but... Nah, it sucks. Yeah, it seems like it is a wasteland out there. I don't know if it's just me, but like, yeah, it's like working seems to be getting harder. Wages seem to be decreasing. It's hard for people to get hours, and then people are getting fired. It's sad, man. Like, speaking of which, I did get I got this in the mail today from Google. Google AdSense sent me. It's the pin for our AdSense account, so we can finally cash out. Cash out. That sounds like we're fucking sellouts, but yeah, finally cash out of our AdSense money. But it's so funny because this was the final step I had to do, and I literally could have had this emailed to me, and they said we highly recommend us emailing you the pin, or we can send it to you, but it will take a couple of weeks. And I said, send it to me, mail this to me, and and they did. Because here's my view, okay, on AdSense. All right, they were showing adverts in our videos, even when videos we couldn't even monetize vids before we even passed that criteria. So it's like, yeah, they're making money off us before we could even like get our fair share, and also, it's just like, yeah, of course, with smaller creators, they're going to be out when they're showing adverts, they're definitely going to be getting more money out of it than us. So if it's going to cost them a couple of dollary dues to send me a piece of mail, and look, I'm all for saving the trees, but come on, it's like, dude, send it to me. Plus, I wanted to get a Google AdSense fucking. This is my Valentine's Day card. This is the only one I've gotten today, and actually not true. I got one, I guess, but this is what I got from Google. So, Wilmus, I always feel weird calling Adam that. Sorry, when people text me, it comes up here, and I read it from here, and then messages are coming in from here from the live stream. So, sounds right. Regarding Arkham Space, RTD rips off heaps of Classic Who. He really does. I had no idea that he did it as much as he has. He really does. Oz Chris, my boy! I always drop into the Madmen with a Box live streams every week because they're really cool guys, and I do occasionally go on and talk and give my 2 cents. But Oz Chris says typical Jimmy can't turn up for our streams but can for Connor's. Sup, Connor? Haha! Yeah, that's Jimmy for you. Cinema Quirks, that's Jimmy. Money from YouTube. Sell out Mr. Beast, try hard. Well, the way I look at it, I've been doing YouTube for over 10 years now, and only on this channel have I ever made a cent. So I think, as much as it's annoying to watch adverts, I think the amount of like money and time that I've spent doing YouTube, if I make a couple $100, yeah, and also that money is just all going towards gear, like not drugs gear, podcast gear for the main show. So you know that's what it's going towards. And then finally after that, after we bought everything, that's when we'll just split the money and we can spend it on what we want. But no, me, I will fucking just spend it on more podcast gear. Will you ever take sponsors? Haha, Daniel. Daniel was so funny. He's like, I'll never take a sponsor, which is fair enough. I respect that because I respect independent creators. Okay, he's on the INDEPENDE in t-shirt hustling, and I respect that. Would I ever take a sponsor? If it was something like Stan or I don't know, Blue Yeti, yeah, sure, I would take a sponsor. But no one's reached out yet, as far as I'm aware. All the money we've made is from lovely people like you watching, either through donations or through Ko-fi, or just through AdSense, and we're so incredibly grateful for that. And you guys are so kind, and you know, it's towards building a better future for YouTube. I'm sick of shit YouTube content. And I'm sick of sitting down and not being a YouTuber anymore. And that's why the live streams are back. And you can take my word for it, because I'm the guy who said we'd do a live stream on Christmas and I didn't show up. Conor needs a sponsor from Blue Chew. Ah, it is Valentine's Day. I think that's the thing. I did some research into Blue Chew because I was like, I wonder if they're like an international company, and it's like only America. So it's like, okay. But Blue Chew, they do good sponsors out here. I know H3 did a few Blue Chews. I know I tune into Steve-O's podcast here and there, and he does Blue Chew. And when Steve-O does a sponsor, man, he goes into it. He's like, I love taking Blue Chew and boning my girlfriend. He really goes for it, and I gotta respect that. And she doesn't mind that he says it, which is pretty fucking hilarious. Go for it, Conor. More power to you guys. Thank you, Doug. I really appreciate that. I know when you bring money into things, it can get a bit twisted, but I'm still the same YouTuber at heart. I swear, okay? I swear. It'll always be about, it's always about the content first. And the idea of being independent and just having like fans roll with you. I don't even like calling you guys fans. I like calling you friends. I like calling you family. And it's Valentine's Day, so I'll call you lovers. How about that? Do you think we'll get a shirtless shooty scene? I certainly hope so. Because things are getting a little bit hot and heavy tonight. Conor is money hungry behind closed doors. Oh god, Aiden's still watching? God. I can't wait to go in the studio tomorrow and be like, I thought it was a good stream. Apart from the part when you brought up... Except for the time you brought up this. I'm trying, Aiden. Stop yelling at me. You guys should sponsor Australia's... What? You guys should sponsor Australia because they have no exports. Is this a joke that I don't get? I don't get that. Is everyone laughing at me from behind the scenes being like, how can you not get that? Will you still be the same when you're rich? Well, I don't think I'll ever be rich. I can tell you that. But I certainly hope so. I don't think I'll ever be rich. That's for sure. If I did have money, what I would like to do is money. Did the fucking live stream come out because of the did it come out? I don't think it did. What was I saying? I forgot. Alicia's calling me. Hopefully she'll burst through the door. At Cinema Quirks, excuse me, Hugh Jackman and Chris Hemsworth are our best exports. Am I the only person who doesn't get this export joke? Conor has to pee every time it's his turn to pay for pints. That's not true, Daniel. This is a meme, okay? When we go down the pub, which we're doing tonight, I'm picking up Dan at... I haven't even asked you yet, Dan. I was going to say 6:30. You know I like to make plans for you to live stream. I am having one single beer. One. I'm on my full license, which means I can have one beer and drive. No one get the wrong idea. That's not true. Whenever we go down, we have 2 pints and we buy one for ourselves each. We go down, I say, I'm sorry, I need the toilet. He buys the first round, I buy the second. All right? I will not have my name. What does Ethan always say, Dan? It's I can't remember. It's like the friend. I can't remember. Fucking hell. It's like when you pretty much have put dirt on someone's name is a legal term for it. But I'd rather have my name covered in dirt and dust. How about that? Looks like Jimmy and Chris were going at it in the chat. Damn, you're right, Chris. Dang. No exports means it's a whole country doing nothing. Yeah, Jimmy's classic anti-Australia when he lives in America, which is pretty funny. Chris has 1 beer and you call yourself an Aussie. Chris, I'm having 1 beer because I need to pick up Daniel and then we're going to the pub, okay? Where I will have numerous beers. That you can be sure of. I have a whole bag here full of drinks, all right? Trust me on this, okay? I still tell people about the live stream Conor did shots for money. What a tart. What? A tart? You calling me a tart? I still tell people about the live stream Conor did shots for money. What a tart. Well, thank you, Doug. I guess a tart's a nice thing to call people these days. Yeah, I don't really like to say that a lot. Only I only I only don't like to say it because I don't know if people will find that they're like, there's this Doctor Who YouTuber who took donations for doing shots, and I think that's disgusting. I don't want people to fucking say that about me. I'm self-conscious. Okay? Oh, yeah. Alright. Before we get into the main segment, or maybe we don't have time anymore because I've rattled on like an old woman for 20 minutes. When you did shots was funny. I'm only joking. It was fun and funny. That's okay. I'm a bit of a tart. Fuck, I hate to leave the stream. Just give me 2 secs. While I'm gone, talk to each other in the chat. I'm just going to tell my sister I'm streaming. Oh, yeah. We're back. All right. Jimmy says your sister's hot. Thank you. Thanks. Cheers. What a lovely thing to say. It is Valentine's Day, so I'll let you go. Image all the people coming in now and seeing the stream with empty room. I'm sorry. I don't mean to leave. It's just my sister keeps calling me, and I'm worried it's going to mess with the stream. And literally, can I just say, every single time I do a live stream, I thoroughly warn everybody in the house. Please just remember. What do I get? Phone calls, babies crying, all that stuff. Your sister said I was cute, even though she only saw my face. That built my confidence. Yes, Jimmy, that's true. She did. That's just before we watched Wild Blue Yonder and he FaceTimed me. How can I forget such a glorious moment in 50% history? All right, I was going to rattle on about something else, but I think we'll get into the main topic because we're running out of time a little bit. So we're going to talk about Doctor Who's sexiest scenes. And that just randomly popped in my head today. I was like, how about we talk about Doctor Who's sexiest scenes? Now, please feel free to comment what you think some of them are. Like, it doesn't have to just be one. It can be many. But the first one, and I've got a few to talk about, but the first one that popped into my head was the scene from the Crimson Horror when Jenny strips down to what only can be explained as, like, slick leather. And the Doctor, literally with his sonic screwdriver, does he do that or does he do that? Implying that he has an erection, basically. Okay? Now, I ain't out here saying that I don't enjoy a little bit of a sex joke, but what the hell was that? Okay? And they did a very similar joke to that in the Pond Life minisodes, where the Doctor's in that room. It's a really quick scene. He's got like a bagel on like a stick, and he's sticking it in the fire to warm it up. And that woman comes in and drops her gown, and between the legs you see Matt Smith, and then the bagel stick goes up. Again, implying, what is it with these Matt Smith erection jokes? I don't know. There's a lot in there. Doctor Who can be sexy, and I'm sure a lot of kids were asking questions about what was going on in that scene. And it would have been an interesting conversation to have with parents. I do have more, but we'll go into people's here. Perry in Caves of Aldrazani. I haven't seen Caves of Aldrazani, but I really want to. I hear that's the highest rated classic episode, so I'm keen for that. Does the recent Eccleston sex scene from True Detective count? You know what? Why not? How is more people not talking about that? I swear, either no one's watching that show, or no one cares. But I'm sure people are, because I'm on TARDIS posting, and I'm so shocked there hasn't been any screen caps of that scene where he's having sex with Jodie Foster. I don't know how that hasn't been. I haven't even seen it on Twitter, of all places, where you can post stuff like that in its full glory. I don't understand. I mentioned it on the podcast. Like, I don't understand how people haven't taken that scene yet. And by the way, Eccleston's fucking great on that show. The only thing that's good about that show, I think, is the setting and the characters. Everything else is kind of fucking mid. 9 and Jackie's first meeting, so funny. Yeah, dude. Even in Rose, we're getting in the first episode of the reboot. We're getting Jackie in her dressing gown, trying to have sex with fucking the doctor. Come on, what's going on here? Speaking of 9 and Eccleston, one I did thought would be fine to bring up, and you know, no jokes in the chat about John Barrowman, but if there are, I'll have to read them, and that would be awful. The scene where Jack kisses Rose and the doctor was so crazy to me as a kid. I was like, wow, what the hell? Like, that's crazy. And it was such a crazy scene, and I always loved that scene. And it was like if we all die, let's just share a kiss. You know, that should happen more in life, I think. If other shows count, I'm going for Billie Piper and Diary of a Call Girl every episode. Isn't Matt Smith in that? Doesn't she have sex with Matt Smith in that as well? I feel like if any episode is going to get demonetized just for content alone, it'll be this. I do recall Matt Smith told a story on Graham Norton about how he was having sex in a greenhouse with a girl, and a bee stung his ball sack, which is hilarious. Like, that's just such a funny story. Like, Matt Smith having sex in a greenhouse, just getting stung on the bollocks by a fucking bee. And in the UK, bees are everywhere, so you know, it's not like you know, what's going on here. Like, bees are everywhere. I wonder if Chris has ever talked about kissing JB. Well, I think Chris Eccleston hates John Barrowman. I think he said anyone but that prick when they asked him about John Barrowman. So I think Chris was onto the scene a little bit. We all know how much he just absolutely loves the Doctor Who production crew and cast. Though he did do that con with Billy a couple of months ago. That was really good. I did watch most of that. Sack Julie Gardner, sack Phil Collinson, sack, was it Jane Tranter? Is it Jane Tranter? And sack Russell T Davies, and I'll come back. Is it Jane Tranter? Sack Russell T Davies. That man has no fucking chill. I love him. I love how he's implying that if Russell wasn't there, he'd come back. Yeah, Stephen Moffat asked him and he said no. So it's like, really? I changed my mind. My choice was John Barron behind the scenes of Doctor Who. Yeah, of course. Get them in. Get the jokes in. Yes. Billie Piper zip. What, when he was talking about Jane, Phil Collinson and Russell T Davies. My pick for sexiest scene is Lady Christina. Okay. Now we're cooking. In Planet of the Dead, of course. My goodness me. Speaking of that, I think I have the right here. Do I? Yeah, I do. This is kind of rare, in a sense. The complete specials in the weird... You know this? Where's our girl? There she is. Oh, we're like... Da-da-da-da-da. Lady Christina. Yeah, with a name like that, you kind of got to be hot. Wasn't she in like EastEnders or something? I remember my mum being excited that she was in Doctor Who because she was in EastEnders. That used to be a big thing back in the day. It's like, oh, they've been on like Corrie or EastEnders. Like, what about Billie Piper's last name? Not bad. Not a bad joke. I guess if we're talking kisses, I guess kind of like a weird one is Nine's kiss with Rose, because what? 9 is thousands of years old. Well, he was only 900 when he was 9, to be fair. Not like that makes any difference. 900, that's a lot. That's 9 times more than most human ever gets to. And he kisses this like 18-year-old. Rose is 18 in season 1, I think. Like, that's insane. So there's that. And then Billy kisses David in literally 1 episode later in New Earth. He kisses Martha in Smith and Jones. He kisses Astrid? Kylie Minogue in Voyage of the Damned. He kisses Catherine Tate in Unicorn the Wasp. He kisses Lady Christina in Planet of the Dead. I think Planet of the Dead was the last David kiss. Did he kiss anybody else? Did he have any smooches or anyone else? I remember I did years ago when I was in year 6, I did we could pick any topic in the world to do like a presentation on. I did mine on Doctor Who. And I remember I brought in this massive piece of cardboard. It was blue. I made a TARDIS out of it. And I did it about Doctor Who, of course, because what else would I do? And while you were talking, you could hand something out to like people to like hold and pass around like the classroom while you were talking. Like maybe I was talking about like their granddad or something, and they bring in like a photo of the granddad, and you can be like looking at the picture while they're talking, then you pass it along. I bought the Matt Smith Sonic and Capaldi's, and I remember I did this for some reason. I'm like, every kiss in Doctor Who, I'm like, these are all the famous people that Matt Smith, that David Tennant's kissed, and I was like, Kylie Minogue, a fellow Australian, and I was like, what? I remember my teacher saying, she was like, what are your thoughts on Davros? And I was like, yeah, he's all right. And I literally only seen him in Journey's End and Stolen Earth. I'm gonna read some chat now because I've been ignoring Yao. Excuse me. John Barrowman's side, the scene where Jack kisses the Doctor and Rose really is amazing. Was kind of sexual awakening type moment, like wow, boys can kiss boys and it's okay. 100% down. That's what I was trying to say, but did a terrible job at analyzing. 100%. That was so ahead of its time. And let's go. You know, I have this, which Dan got me for Christmas, which is it's like a gay pride flag, but I haven't put any batteries in it yet. Excuse me for that. But I will eventually do it. But yeah, definitely. And one I was going to bring up as well is the Vastra and Jenny kiss. I know Vastra, the actress, was under about 10 kilos of makeup, but it was still I think it was the first BBC girl-on-girl kiss. So yeah, 10 dick kisses Zygon. True. Day of the Doctor. Yes. The actress who plays Stacey in Gavin and Stacey, which is coming back, by the way, at Christmas. Let's fucking go. One of my favorite TV shows of all time. 9 Kiss Rose was creepy. It sure as hell was. Did I already read that? No, I didn't. I think Billy Chris kiss was meant to be less sexual because there was a physical need to it. I think if it was played romantically, then it would be creepier than it actually kind of was. Yeah, I get that, but also when it's like the line is, come here, I think you need a doctor, and then they kiss to get the bad wolf shit out of her system. It's like, ugh, getting the hibby-jibbies a little bit. I think it's more of a kiss of life and a romantic thing with Nine. I could do about the you need a doctor line. Oh my god, I literally just said that. I didn't even read that. Yes, Jeremy, let's go. It's well, Lush, Gavin and Stacey, excellent news. Yeah, you know what's so funny? I don't know about Doug, but I think Oliver Fuss's Gavin and Stacey is coming back. Was that news to you? Or yeah, it's coming back. I don't know how many Australians we got on the chat, but it's amazing how many Australians love that show, considering it's like a British show, particularly like half of it being set in Wales. I remember watching it was airing, and yeah, it's awesome. And I'll tell you something about Gavin and Stacey. But when they did that 2019 special, I was extremely hesitant. So I was like, "There's no way they can read it." So I'm reading Jimmy's thing. 2 secs, Jimmy. There's no way that they could do it and make it as good as it was last time. But I couldn't believe how just it felt so natural and it just worked. And I hate James Corden, but the man can write with Ruth Jones. And yeah, I'm totally keen for a next special. I want a new series, quite frankly. That's my one beer. Done. Until I pick up Dan and go to the pub. Do you think Gavin and Stacey will come back with a full series now that Corden is out of the job? Yeah, I hope so. I saw one article say it's a series, but I think they just misquoted. I think it's just a special. But it's like, what? Are we just going to get a special every 5 years? It's like, what? I think I'm scared if it's just a special, I'm scared that eventually they'll do one that isn't good. Because I feel like what made the Christmas special so good last time is because I think it was a 10-year gap, maybe longer. And I think it coming back was just so exciting. And I know it's been 5 years since 2019, well, when the new special comes out, the 2024 special, but it's like, okay, it should be like Christmas again and like another family get together, you know. It's like, I would love to see a full series. I love that show. Yeah, I just heard about Gavin. I just heard about Gavin and Spacey. I was born in Wales. I agree. I hate James Corden too, but great show. Doug was born in Wales. Okay, so I know Adam is. Oh, Adam changed his name. I thought he just had his last name in the chat. I see. Yeah, I think Adam's definitely from Australia. But it's like, yeah, it's really cool to see. Like, I posted on my personal Instagram story yesterday that I was like super excited for it, and a bunch of Australian people who followed me liked my story, and I was like, do people from Australia like this show? It's like, wow. All right, can we talk about? We want to talk about creepy doctor and companion moments. Amy kissing the doctor at the end of Flesh and Stone. Strange moment. Particularly when she's getting married the next day. Where's the respect for my boy Rory, okay? Also, I don't want to be the man on YouTube being like, it shows women in a bad way, because who the hell am I to say? But it's like, really? It's like, it's like, yeah, the sexy young woman who cheats on her boyfriend the night before her wedding with the strapping young lad. It's like, yeah, that scene is just, I don't know. I remember seeing that for the first time as a kid and just watching it on YouTube because I couldn't get access to it in Australia. And it blew my mind to another planet. It was insane. It was literally crazy. Anyone got any other ones? That scene was definitely Moff's wank shit, literally. Dude, that really screwed me up as a kid, literally. I'm from Adelaide, lived here most of my life. Yeah, that's sick, dog. I had no idea you're from Wales. Jimmy said, read my last comment. Let's see what that was. Is it gonna be some dumb shit? I'm gonna read Jimmy's comments before I read them out loud, just in case. Yes, Jimmy. Okay, no, I take that back. And honestly, probably would be when River says, "I'm quite the screamer." I was gonna bring that up. Yes, that scene with Canton and the Doctor in not Day of the Moon, Impossible Astronaut. Yes, that was definitely one. Like 90% of River and Matt's scenes. Yeah, they definitely turned the horny up for that. Isn't there like a River line where it's like and the bedroom and all that? Oh, here's a good one. Rory and Amy, literally the entire plot for season 6 is the fact that Rory and Amy had sex in the TARDIS, and this is not me making this up. You guys have all seen it. Somehow, Amy's egg and Rory's semen, because they were traveling in a time machine, got funny and created a half Time Lord. It's like, what? Imagine explaining to your kid, like, I don't understand what's going on. It's like, oh, well, Amy and Rory had some time together as a couple, and because they did it in the TARDIS, it created this River Song who can regenerate. Hold on, if River Song can regenerate, why does she die in the library episode? Oh no, she doesn't die technically. She sticks herself in the library, in the forest. Sorry. Leela was hot in most things, but probably an old lady to you. Leela, Leela's hot. Perry's probably my favorite. Oh, Ace, I sim Ace. I hope this isn't too sexist. Oh my god, please don't clip this out of context. I'll name some hot doctors too. David Tennant, Matt Smith, Ncuti Gatwa, Peter Capaldi, Jodie Whittaker. Do you know what's always funny? Again, maybe I shouldn't say this. I'm not trying to play the man card here, but like, I do see a lot of people saying like, people can say like David Tennant's hot, but it's like, if I say like Ruby's hot, it's like, hey creep, get off YouTube. It's like, hey, I can agree she's a great character too. I think Ace is hot in the classics and Path of the Doctor. Let's go, Dan. It's getting a bit spicy in here. I mean, it do be hot today in Australia, but I didn't know it'd be this hot. It got like 38 today or something. River spent all her regenerations in saving the Doctor in Let's Kill Hitler. That's right. I haven't watched Let's Kill Hitler for a while for obvious reasons, but thank you. Nah, Goal. Apologies if I said your name wrong. I've always found the Doctor's regenerations to Clara. Sorry, let me reread that. Oh my goodness. Oliver says, I've always found the Doctor's reaction to Clara telling him her boyfriend creepy and the fact that they're naked. What, when he's like, oh, ding dong, I'll glance at a manual. Ugh. Yeah, so they are naked and they project clothes onto themselves, but only each other can see it. Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, Matt Smith running around the TARDIS naked whilst wearing a bald cap. Not my idea of fun. I think the creepiest thing was Rose's mum trying to seduce Eccleston. Oh, Elton. Oh my god, of course. When Jackie spills the wine all over Elton's shirt and it's like, oh, excuse me. Oh god, Rami said Valentine's Day shots. Rami, I have to drive, but tune back in the next one. I'll do a shot for you, I promise. But it's gonna cost you. Nah. Oh my god. Never in 60 years watching Doctor Who did I think I would see the Doctor in his jocks. Thank God William Hartnell kept his kilt on. What, with Ncuti Gatwa? Yeah. Seriously, the first thing my mum and sister said, they were like, oh, he makes me swoon. Look at his legs. I'm like, yeah, they're good legs. I've been told I have nice legs once in my life. Once. And it was from an older woman. And I was like, interesting. It was at work. David Tennant is hot, young, and old, to be fair. He aged like an okay wine. I think he aged pretty well. My mum still fancies him. I find it quite ironic for an episode to be named Let's Kill Hitler is such a hated episode. Well, I remember when it aired, and there was like such a huge break between the two parts. And it just didn't live up. It was just odd. Dark Sec is hot. Yeah, no, I think that the weird little things coming off look like dicks. Is this episode gonna get demonetized? I'm saying a lot of dicks and sex and jizz sentences. Sounds like a deal, says Rami. Yeah, I promise I'll do some shots. I need to buy something in the house that's like not gonna kill me, that I can do. That is shots, but won't kill me. Just so you know, every time there's a holiday, I'm going to be demanding shots. Every time there's a holiday? Oh, like Valentine's Day? Yeah, I guess it is a holiday, isn't it? Was it your uncle who told you you had nice legs? No, it was a woman who worked at, she was like a supervisor or something, who worked for like a daycare or something that I was working on. Greetings from Spain, by the way. You reached Spain. No shit. Thank you so much. That's fucking awesome. That blows my mind that I'm just sat in my room in little Perth City and we're talking to someone in Spain. That is nuts. Thank you so much. Nice having you here, man. Shit, Rami is back. Look out, Conor. Yeah. Tell Rami and my dad. Tell Dad and Dan that Rami's back, because I'm pretty sure those shots fucked Dan out. Like literally the second that Wild Beyond that ended, Dan was like, yeah, I need to go, because I think he had too much. Oh my god. This is the first time I've ever met a Spanish Doctor Who fan. There's Doctor Who fans everywhere, I hope. I hope that's what Disney Plus certainly does as a marketing thing. My tummy and wine detector just went ding at you. Scott, how are you? What was your Scott went to go see Scott went to go see Madam Webb last night, but I believe he was getting paid to go see it, so God bless him. But let me know what you give us your real review, Scott. The embargo is lifted. By the way, when an embargo lifts the day the movie comes out, never a good sign. I'm so sorry if you threw up laughing my ass off. Nah, he didn't, Rami. He was fine. Everyone was fine. I think it was just this new video that I'm doing that's taken me 10 years to edit. I actually do have a clip of us doing the shots. It was definitely, it went down in 50% history. That's for sure. Missy kissing Peter, 12th Doctor. That was interesting. Doctor Who has always had a wacky distribution in Spain, difficult to reach here. I've been a Doctor Who fan since I was 11. That's so sick. So, dude, are you able to now watch because of Disney Plus? This is the kind of, hopefully that's what's made it easier for you. Dr. Scott Nick's review of Madam Webb, or as some people call it, Madame Webb. He says, it was garbage, haha, but it had enjoyable moments, better than Morbius, but not saying much. What is this trash? I used to go to the cinema like once a week, sometimes twice, okay? Going to see movies I didn't even want to go see because I just love the movies that much. Now it's expensive. You buy popcorn that costs you $217.49. It's full of kids on their phone watching fucking... I was at... when I went to go see Oppenheimer, there was this kid at the back. I'm not even sure why he was there with his mates. He's cracking jokes the whole time. Why go to see a film like Oppenheimer that's 3 hours long and sit in the back with your mates and crack jokes? And it was during my favorite scene in that film when everyone's like clapping and it's like, but it's quiet and then the face is like melting off. Brilliant scene. And he's in the back making fucking jokes about fucking TikTok or something. And it made me sick. I was this close to going back there and fucking telling him to shut up. It's like that scene in Seinfeld when George Costanza does how everyone like claps. And I would stand up and make a scene, but then I'd be worried that that would distract more people from watching the movie. If the movie paused, if I had a way to pause the movie, I would go up there and tell them off. One time in the theater, I've been with people in the theater when they've told people off, and I always get a bit embarrassed, but I'm like super proud of them for doing it. One time my dad did it. I could have sunk into my seat of embarrassment, but like it's just, ugh. Let me read these chats. I'm sorry I'm getting behind. Madam Webb is the ultimate Valentine's Day gift. Trust me, if you're single for 11 years, man, I know romance. Wait, so you went to go see it? 11 years single? Wait, how old are you, Chris? When was your last girlfriend? Was it high school or something? I can't remember. I've been single. This is my second. I've only had two Valentine's Days with a girlfriend. And I'm 25. This is the 26th Valentine's Day, and I've only had two with a girlfriend, and it was two different girls, to be fair. But one of them's sister's birthday was on Valentine's Day, so it was like we didn't celebrate it. Very bad reviews for Madam Webb, says Doug. That's my mum yelling in the background. Cinema Quirks. I'm edging to talk to you about creepy moments in Who right now. What kind of creepy moments? Creepy, sexy moments? Yeah, but that's because of Australia's money. Wait, yeah, but that's because of Australia's money is not worth much. What are you talking about? I'm so confused. This is what happens when I don't reply to the messages for like 2 seconds. Past movies I went to go see have been terrible. Oh, you saw Argyle and Now Madam Webb. Yeah, I heard Argyle was a piece of shit. Seeing June 2 soon, so that should be good. I haven't seen the first one. I'm not a fan of Timothée Chalamet, I'm afraid. Did Missy and the Master have a kiss? No, but the Master did get an erection and say, is this weird? And Missy said, yes, it is. I had the worst ever experience with Barbie. Hugely obnoxious young adults hollering and clapping for like 60% of the screening. Yeah, at our Barbie screening, I wasn't there for this. This is so annoying. I went to go get like, you can buy beers at the cinema. I went to go get like another beer before the movie started because we did Barbenheimer. So we left the theater for Oppenheimer and went into Barbie. And as I went to go get a beer, I came back and Dan was like, you just missed the biggest thing. And I was like, what? And he's like, the staff had to come in and kick this whole group of like this whole family out. And apparently the woman was like yelling at them being like, you need to reimburse us money. And I was like, how the fuck did I miss that? Disney Plus makes it so much easier to watch immediately because I don't have to avoid spoilers until I get to download the episodes whenever I can find it. That's our good friend from Spain. Apologies if you can hear my nephew crying in the background. He's 2 on Sunday. So, jeez, George. He gets it from his uncle with his crying. What do you think of the apparent final leaks that David Tennant has been snuck onto set? Is that for series 2 or is that for series 1? I don't know. I guess my only response to that would be why keep David Tennant around and not have him regenerate if you're not going to bring him back? And I find it so dumb that like David Tennant and Russell were like, no, he's definitely not coming back. It's like, then why keep him around? It's like, what's the point in that? I don't get it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Dune 2. June or Dune, depending on where you're from. I'm so hyped for Madam Webb, by the way. Well, I'm glad someone is. What a Valentine's Day movie. Imagine taking a significant other to go see Madam Webb. It's like, hey babe, I'm treating you this year. Let's go see Madam Webb. What's it with Dakota Johnson and Valentine's Day movies? Because all those 50 Shades movies came out on Valentine's Day. She must be like the Valentine's Day. She's like the action star of Valentine's Day movies. My last girlfriend was last year of high school. I'm 28 in 2 days. You're not. There's no way you're 28, bro. You're looking great for 28. Holy smokes. You look younger than me. God bless you, man. Is it holy water? 28 in 2 days? So Friday? Oh man, I'm gonna wish you happy birthday on a live stream tomorrow. That's a Mad Men with a Box live stream that Chrissy does. Dr. Scott Nick, I'm 25 years single. Let's go. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Being single has its pros and cons. Yeah, I've been single for a year in January. So I went on a date a couple of weeks ago. And that was my first date in a while because I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I can't have my heart broken again, folks. Good on you, Conor. Cinema's about to silence respect for the film. And yeah, it literally, thank you, Doug. Cinema is about silence and respect, okay? And I'm tired of it not being like that. And why would I want to go and spend, it's like cinema tickets, they're so expensive these days. If you don't have like a cinema card that you can buy for like $30, which I think I did the math once. I think if you go see 10 movies in a year, you end up getting your money back on them. And it's like, I'm not going to go see 10 movies this year. I don't want to go see Argyle and Madam Web and Aquaman 2. Like, why would I want to go see this shit? So what's the point? Do you guys find this, do you guys find it funny when you can hear my fucking family in the background? But yeah, I'm a bit over day 10, says Doug. Yeah, bring back Paul McGann. Hey, why the fuck not? We'll go for 8 more minutes, guys, because I do have to go pick up Dan, and I have a little bit of a present for him for Valentine's Day. Even though he has a lovely girlfriend, I'm still buying him a little thing. I've ruined the surprise if he's watching still. Hopefully he's not. Dan, if you're still watching, comment, and I'll see if I ruined the surprise. The Dune franchise would be Star Wars of our generation. We'd be telling our grandkids how we watched it in cinemas for the first time when it came out. Yeah, I know, everyone says that. I need to watch it. I'm sorry. It's that Timothée Chalamet. Cinema Quirks. Jimmy says, haha, Chris the Virgin. That's a bit fucking mean. Oz Chris says, I will literally send you a copy of my ideas proof. Oh, I believe you. Jimmy, you're so fucking horrible. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's okay, Conor. Oh, Dan commented, wow, present my Valentine. Yeah, Valentine, it's a good way of putting it. Let's not make it weird here, Dan. Fuck, I ruined it. Well, I didn't say what it was. It could be a crisp handshake, for all you know. It's okay, Conor, you look longer than me, but I'm 66. Hey, that's good at least. It's so nice to be back, guys. I really don't want to go, but I do have to pick up Dan. I'll give it a few more minutes, but I promise you the streams will be back. I promise you. I've missed it. I'll be hooting and hollering through the entire runtime of Madam Web. Yeah, punch your fist in the air, do a backflip, slap your knee when Madam Web says something funny, go awooga when Sydney Sweeney walks on the screen. That was it. How do people like Sydney Sweeney's in that film? What's it called? Anyone But You, which I think they shot in Australia. She's in 2 films at the moment in the cinema, and I think the last time that happened with someone, it was Jonathan Majors with Creed 3 and Ant-Man Quantumania, and we all know how that ended. So next time we get an invite to premiere, you can come as my +1. I'd love to. Scott, who I went out for dinner with a couple of months ago in November. Just before the 60th, I think. I'd love to do that. I went to, Scott knows, I think I can say his last name, because that's his tag on Instagram. Can I say, what's his name on YouTube again? Superframe. Superframe I went to school with, Mitchell, and he's friends with Scott, or at least they know each other. You look up Superframe, he's like this fucking big YouTuber, and I went to school with him. And every year I get a call from Mitchell. And I love getting a call from Mitch. But it's always the most random thing ever. And whenever I answer the phone, I'm like, oh, hi, Mitch. And it's been like 12 months. And like, we just talked like we spoke yesterday. And he's like, hi, Conor. Do you know if it's not like, do you know if Aiden can come help me on this film set tomorrow? I was like, oh, I don't know, man. I'll let you know. It's like, do you know those people who just like, you just see them and you're like, I haven't seen you in like 10 years, but it's not like a second has passed. Let's trick Sony into doing another Madam Web screen. It's definitely worked, just like Morbius. Yeah, they've really, isn't this, they still got that Kang the Conqueror movie to come out? It's like, who, ugh. Don't get me started on cinema these days. It makes me cry. It's seriously nice to see you back in the live streams. I have fond memories of Xmas New Year. Yeah, I'm sorry. I get a bit down on my luck a bit too much. I need to, and I love being a YouTuber. I do, and I'm sorry. I promise you. I promise you. I'll be doing these like once a week. I don't think I'd buy Shooty as a Doctor yet. He has charisma, but I'm not entirely solid. He doesn't have the 1,000-yard stare. You've been watching too much Super Bowl, Jimmy. I disagree, but I respect your opinion. I think he's really good. I love him. Everyone knows everyone in Perth, says Scott. Yeah, it do be like that, don't it? Doug says, I agree with Jimmy. Our good friend from Spain. I apologize, I can't say your name, and I don't want to mess it up. I just want to say I'm doing a lot of animations at the moment, and your podcast makes it so much easier for me to have fun while doing it. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. See, this is why I do it, folks, for the beautiful people like you out there who tune in, and every time I'm lying on my bed in the fetal position going, is it worth it getting up today? I think, yeah, someone in Spain is listening to my podcast, and I get up, I punch the air, I drink a fucking tea, and I get on with my day, and it makes me feel better. I'm gonna wrap it up just because I gotta go pick up Dan. My Valentine's Day starts now, actually. But yeah, I hope to all the lovers out there, happy Valentine's Day. To all the single people out there, I wish you luck. There's always websites to fill your needs. That's all I'll say. Jimmy says, Conor, the 1,000-yard stare means he's seen some shit like war and horror, bro, and not a football reference. Yeah, I know, Jimmy, you fuckhead. I was joking. It's called a joke. Aren't you a comedian? Aren't you meant to know when people are fucking joking? Is that someone's going on your hand, or are you just happy to have a viewer from Spain? Hey, it's a bit of both. Yeah, what am I, Matt Smith in those fucking episodes? Laugh my ass off, lol. What did I say? It's something funny? It's because I riz Jimmy. You should show Aiden the Eccleston sexy and mature detective and review it for your show. I told him about it. I think I mentioned it on the podcast. Enjoy your Valentine night. Sorry, for a second there, I thought it said Palestine. I was like, that's a bit deep, Scott. Sorry. Take care, Conor. You seem like a good guy. Well, thank you. I'll tell you know, I'm gonna leave my room. I'm gonna walk straight up to my mum and I'm gonna say, someone just said I'm a nice guy. And I appreciate that. Oh, you're joking. Aussie should let comedy be an American thing. Let's not do that, okay? Let's not do that. Let's leave it to the professionals, the UK comedians. I really like a lot of Australian comedians. I don't really like a lot of comedians. I find comedians really fucking dumb. Anyway, I'll be back. I promise. I promise. I will do more of these. I want to. I love them. I got a bit in my own head. I do suffer from bad depression and anxiety, everyone. I mean, I am a YouTuber. Haha. Get it? But it's like, yeah. And the last couple of months have been fucky. So it's like, yeah, it's hard to do that sometimes, but still. Anyway, check out everyone in the chat. We got Dr. Scott Nick, who does amazing streams. I always pop on there. Jimmy Quirk on Instagram, he does comedy. Oz Chris, he does live streams that I occasionally go on and give my thoughts on. I don't think there's, oh, Daniel, of course. Daniel is weird. My great pal, my Valentine, who has been making videos that are really great. I think that's all the people in the chat who, and our friend from Spain who makes What? Drawings? Cartoons? What did you say? Sorry. Animation. I'll go to your channel. Let's see if this. Are there any animations on your channel? Oh, that's me talking. Oh, you do upload. Okay, there you go. Yeah, check out Nargol. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm giving you a little shout out. I'll be sure to check out your vids when I get a chance. All right. I suffer from anxiety, depression too. Don't let it control you. You're doing good. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. I love you guys so much. Thank you. You really do make my day. I'm going to the pub because I'm thirsty for another beer. All right. I love you guys. Nah. Thanks for the shout out. No worries, man. I'll be sure to check out your vids soon. I appreciate that. From Perth, Western Australia, signing off. I love you. I'll be back. I promise. All right. I'll see you later, guys. Much love. Alonzi!